Yes, another day in my daily documentation. So, yesterday I had 90 tracks for the album, which is way too much. 90 projects, not finished tracks, of course. And so, yesterday I've been writing down from memory the tracks that really could fit in this album, and it's very clear which tracks were sonically consistent. Uh, I mean, with that, they are not copy-pasted tracks, but they have the same synth sound, but in a totally different way. But they could tell a story in one album. So I came up with 13 tracks left ready for discovery, 3 tracks for draft, 18 tracks in done, and 4 tracks in release. Uh, the 4 tracks in release are transition tracks. What I mean by that is it's very clear that this album is telling one part of the story is that it's telling my musical history. I'm using a lot of influences from like trance, um, more electro house, like Stromae influences, and it goes up like more jump style tracks like Produce Last, Transcape, and then it goes up until 170 BPM, more dead chant type music. So how I did it is I've first downloaded these tracks from my Trello board and I've put it on a PC folder in one map, so I had 90 files, and then I listened. I made a Spotify list, listened a few days, then I've written down which I could eliminate and which could fit the album, and then uh, I ended up with a list of different tracks, and then I organized them by noting down in which category of the phase the track is. Is it done? Is it in discovery? Is it in release? Then on my PC I made a new folder, organized the files, and now I still have to upload some files to the automatic music machine, but now it's really clean and organized. So I've uploaded in the machine, I have like 3 tracks in Discover, 3 in Draft, 0 in Done because they're still on my PC, but like tomorrow morning the first thing I will do is upload these 18 in Done, and the 4 tracks in Release I already have uploaded. So tomorrow I have to spend 10-20 minutes max to upload it uh, into Done, and I want to do 8 sessions, 8 5-minute sessions, 3 Discover, 3 Draft, and 2 Done sessions. I want to do it in 2 days, the 17th and the 18th, because by Monday morning we'll see how far I get, but I have to have like a first playlist of 12 tracks that could make the album. If I include the 4 transition tracks, I only need 8 tracks to fit the album. But I'm going to make more and see how far I get. I've also decided and listened a lot to the 2 albums I said before, Stromae and the album of R&B, Spring. And I'm hearing that I'm using a lot of the elements not on purpose, but when I make the music, because I listen to this music now for a while, I'm like sucking it really in, and when making music unconsciously, I'm using like the arpeggios I said, the same kick. It's trying to keep it simple, repetitive, and catchy. And the main thing is I want to have energetic tracks, and they have to sound sonically consistent, and I'm pretty confident I can pull it off. So in the beginning I heard I had like all kinds of different styles, and maybe a track like from 2 years ago that I said, oh, it's a cool track, I maybe can use it. But now when putting it in a Spotify list and listening, it's clearly, I can really hear, okay, this is a cool track, but it doesn't fit the story of the album, so I don't need it for now. I always can use it maybe later or not, we'll see, and so I put it back in the sketchbook. So it's a cool thing to see how it's my direct listening is getting better and better to exclude or include what is going to fit in this album. Also important to say is things started to go faster when I had a really good story in mind about how I want to tell the story, and I can visualize it. So the story of the album, I've made some questions like the games we did in the automatic music machine. And it's very clear when I have to ask these questions now. I'm not going to tell everything, but at this stage I'm really going to focus on where does this track fit in this album. Is it going to be in the past, present or future? What could be the title of the track? And what's the purpose? Why is this track important to go on the album? What is the emotion for me? Why? What character was I as I created it? This is difficult to explain, but I know what to do, so that's the most important thing. So it's a journey in time through my electronic music history. The questions I also ask is what is the main part of the track, the thing. The thing is the track that people say, ah, is this track. The thing that they really like about the track, that makes the track, and then another question that I ask is what is the arch? And this took me a really long time to figure out, but I guess the arch is how I want the track to evolve. Like the first part, is it quiet or not? How does it start? Then it goes up, there's the drop or build up, and then it could go down, and then the second one up and go down again. And unconsciously I'm hearing that I'm using like the same structure in some kind. It's not the same thing, but I'm repeating the same patterns over and over again because I'm making a lot of music in a short time, so I don't have a lot of time to think, so I just do, and I think that creates the fact that it's sounding consistently, but also the structure is more or less the same. So I really have to focus now, but I'm really pleased that I've sorted it out, limited my options, and by Sunday morning I really want to have a 12-track playlist ready. And when this is ready on Sunday the 19th, as I said, I'm not going to listen back whatever happens, how many tracks I get in done or not, I want to sort them by BPM. So I have like a timeline. It makes sense that the tracks are going up. And then we'll see on the 19, yeah, 1 week later on 26th, Sunday, I'm going to listen back. Yeah, and in this week then I can still work on other files. You never know, even there are some tracks left that could fit or replace other tracks on the album based on the story, because I realize I'm never going to be able to put all the music on the tracks, and I want to avoid to make a release of 30 tracks, because then it's too much for the listener. If you can keep it down to 12, then they've maybe a little bit more. No, I'm going to keep it to 12 and we'll see how it goes. So, really pleased with my evolution. Also about the sound, also about how I'm going to deliver the album. I always also have a cool idea, but this is a secret yet. I'm not going to tell this. So, time to, for now I'm not going to do anything to this evening. Maybe go for a walk, we'll see, but for now I don't want to overshoot myself and do too much, because I noticed when I'm trying to do too much the day after, then my energy is away. So I love to keep the session small and do max 1 hour of music a day, because I spend more time in the preparing and writing things down, and that works better for me. So see you in the next video tomorrow or later tonight.